And welcome back to the Edmonton Valorant Open, hosted by OverKlocked Games. I'm Brad, and we have special guest Rob Benz.
Hello, hello.
Going into winner's final here. This is a big game between NGU and AZN. NGU, of course, off of their blazing hot victory last game, and AZN with a commanding performance on Haven, winning 13-3. Both of these teams definitely feeling the momentum. What do you think so far of these lineups, Robin?
It's pretty good. We got the generic mirror match going on here, but I feel like this is the current meta right now, so this works for both of them.
Yeah, very classic lineups, especially on Icebox here. 2 Vipers, 2 Jets, 2 Sovas, 2 Sages.
Yeah, that's perfect. You got the Sova for the intel. The Chamber is super popular right now just because you can cover the flank with your trips.
Nice little
The Viper is just the generic, almost 100% picked in this map now, but hopefully this goes pretty well for these guys here.
And got some insider information that you might actually be friends with one of these teams here.
That is possible, but I won't mention that here.
No disclosure.
No disclosure.
All right. So far, we have seen, I think this is our 3rd Icebox game, at least the 3rd Icebox game that I have casted so far at this event. One of the favorites, I would say. What do you think about that? What's your opinion on Icebox?
I think it's pretty good, especially compared to every other map right now. There are quite a few preferences or heavy T-sided, CT-sided maps right now. Glad I'm not seeing a Fracture, though, personally.
I think everybody is. So far, 100% ban rate on Fracture.
That is definitely not a surprise, but I mean, given how long Icebox has been out now with the rework recently,
People have
it's
probably
just so well to play around with it. It's still pretty fresh that any strat can happen.
Absolutely.
Anyone can do anything.
And it's looking like we have AZN taking the offensive side here with an early setup. Viper Wall going out over screens there onto the A bomb site. Let's see if they stick with it or if this is all just an elaborate ruse going into the pistol round. Bomb will go down. And we're just playing for picks here. Nice and slow. These two teams feeling each other out. First time seeing each other in this event here.
We see that NGU already used the TP from Chamber already. Seems like possibly an early rotate coming through.
We have the quick jet going out into Maze there, about to make contact.
Yeah,
and it's looking like the Jets may see each other pretty quick here. Lean Fiend and I believe Sam on the other jet there. Sam Canna.
Yeah, it seems like Lean Fiend is just trying to get a pick, and here's an early battle here.
Nice little bit of damage. Can't quite finish it off, but Sam Canna will leave that engagement a little worse for wear. It's looking like we got 21 HP on Sam.
Yeah, it seems like they're just playing in screens right now, just getting ready to play the retake.
Almost
I think they know
full rotation from NGU, but we will have the Chamber anchoring the B bomb site. So far, a lot of the teams have opted to do that. A little bit of the Sova util going out here. Not too many shots exchanged so far in this early round, though.
Yeah, it seems like they're just going to wait for Viper's wall to go up.
Here we go. Sam Canna picking up a quick frag. Lead Fiend immediately with the clap back onto Church there. Huge. Throwing it down in Maze. Not quite able to connect. Falling to despair. Lean Fiend with another headshot. LeBong James instantly trading it, but getting picked up by Pyra. It's looking like they might be onto the bomb site here. The spike is planted. We're in a post-plant situation with Big Bad Ty. And can we get some game audio, please? A little bit of technical difficulties here. Sorry about that, guys. Bear with us. And game audio is online. Thank you very much. Sounded pretty good there. So after the eco round there, it's looking like we have a pretty standard buy, but Lean Fiend really feeling himself, going to opt for the Vandal and a full save coming up from NGU. What do you think about these econs here?
I mean, definitely a risky purchase, but if you're feeling it, you're feeling it.
That's true.
That's the thing.
All about momentum, I think, when you're playing duelists such as Jet. And we're going to be running it to B site here with the early pick, taking those longer sight lines with the superior firepower. Quick little intel, making sure nobody's hiding in those corners with a shorty. You hate to see that. Quick little dash out from Lean Fiend, checking the corners. Can we get some bullets onto bodies, spraying through the smoke? No scan. Lean Fiend! Oh my god, connecting through the Viper wall. Exo picking up huge in the top there. LeBong James. The quick clapback headshot, and Lean Fiend hunting for another Vandal kill, falling to Big Bad Ty. So far, NGU has done a really good job holding them out of the bomb site here. It's looking like the plant will make it through. 3v3 retake situation here. Still I think, unable to pick up any of those guns that they've gotten down. We've got 1 Sheriff and 2 Classics still in the hands of NGU as they come in. XO, quick little use of util, picking up a couple little worse for wear members of NGU. And LeBron James sitting on 2 HP, got a Classic to his
4
name.
bullets to a dream.
Easy headshot. Gonna dodge that Viper pool. Make sure you don't step in that swing out. On through Yellow and Pyro. Able to slurp up that last little two bits of HP. But not bad performance from LeBron James. Those classic headshots were pretty clean.
No, definitely pretty good, and they did retain that Vandal as well, so that's pretty big for them here. So let's see if they can capitalize using that 1 Vandal here.
Hero Vandal. We've got the Marshal. We've got Sheriff. We're going to pass that off to Lean Fiend. So far has been a pretty stellar performance from them. Nice little bullets to bodies. Clicking some heads. We've got Sam Canna opting for the Guardian instead of a rifle. Rare choice. What do you think about that?
I think it's pretty good. I think it's a very underrated gun. I feel like
Yeah.
it actually works really well, especially if you solo queue a lot. Especially carrying it over after a bonus or buying it right after a bonus. It works well. Big impact.
Yeah, map like Icebox where you have a lot of those wall bangs. Get that higher bullet penetration damage. Looking like Lean Fiend and Sam Canna are going to be meeting each other on pipe. Sam with a quick 2 headshots.
Picks right off a belt there.
Very good first round here. First buy round, rather, as XO is able to make the trade. I think Sam Canna has done enough. Very, definitely slowing down the attackers here as we're starting to see a cheeky little flank, albeit very slowly, from LeBron James, slowly making their way out. The comms will go out. Hey, there's nobody rotating out as Lean Fiend picks up another one. Big Bad Tide, they're going to start making their way onto the bomb site. Will NJU opt to retake? It's looking like Huge won't quite have the opportunity to do so. He's in too deep. Lean Fiend picking up one on the backside. Do they suspect Huge to be there? No, they don't. Huge, good for 2, good for 3. Not quite getting caught in the reload animation there. And here comes the Chamber, walking all the way in from spawn.
But does he see the flank? That's the question here.
Goes down. Does it pay off? Do they predict the flank? AZN checking all of the angles, not quite seeing LeBron James as he slowly creeps his way in, inch by inch.
No, and this wall is definitely working in his favor right now. He will have the first peek on this, so
definitely cutting down the angles as the players meet each other.
And with the clutch there in the 4K, Lean Fiend taking it.
That was a very good first rifle round, especially when you're going into it. You have like the minus 2 rounds, not a lot of momentum. But I think they got it down to the wire for sure.
And now we see NGU with the light buy here. Eco's looking a little bit rough, especially compared to AZN right now.
5
looking
rifles
healthy.
up.
We also got an alt on Lean Fiend right now as well. Let's see how this round goes.
It's looking like he might opt to use the rifle instead of going with the classic knives. Which, you know, saving your money. Always a good thing. So we see them going for the bread and butter A-take again, catching Church out a little overextended. And they're going to spray the box, making sure nobody else is there. Huge, not playing Gen again here, going to be sitting underneath rafters, getting picked up by Lean Fiend. All the way into the back sight, blazing hot. Quick little headshot, catching another 2 players. Is he good for 3? Not quite. Reloading the gun.
With the pick here.
Yeah, good job. Ty, almost good for 2. Good crosshair placement. Not quite fast enough as we see Sam Canna. And they know he's coming. Let's see what he can do with this. Tough situation to be in. Stuck in the corner and double swung by the attackers there.
I mean, very tough round for NGU there. They already started with a disadvantage with that light buy there, but they got the rifles here. Let's see what they can do here.
So far, the 1 rifle round that they've had, I think was pretty good. They played it pretty slow. They were able to hold off the push for as long as possible. Just got a little unlucky with that 1 versus 1. It was kind of a 50-50 gunfight between the 2 players there. If you're AZN, what's going through your head here?
If I was AZN, I'm thinking, we're stomping A right now. We're going to keep going A no matter what. And that's exactly what's going down right now.
Force it until it breaks, baby. This is the classic Icebox gameplay that we are probably all accustomed to.
Yeah, now we see that Eugene already has the early rotate, just peeking mid. We got a 3 stack on A on the CT side here.
We're getting the early info B long too, so let's see if they decide to rotate. The 3 stack is there though. All playing backside, not overextending this round. You love to see it. And they're switching up what players are playing there. Big back tie, easy 2 frags, catching the Jet mid zip line, getting traded out by EXO. And we have LeBron James playing from screens here, playing a little slow, waiting for his teammates to rotate as Sam Canada gets caught out. Teleport in behind the box there. And Pyra is looking for the flanker.
We got a 2v2 situation here. Seems like they might be going for the rotate, but will they see the Viper mid?
They get caught up by the Viper mid. Church getting refragged through the wall. Despair showing us yet again.
It seems like Huge thinks it's already a B hit, so he's already rotating quick over there, but
1v1
little does he know.
Situation. Huge in kitchen, suspecting a push up through mid. Let's see if these players will be able to figure out where one another are. It's looking like AZN is going to get the bomb plant down here. Despair is got a ton of time to play with here. 22 seconds to clear the back of site. Checking all the usual places, and it's looking like the bomb will go down in default. This is going to be a pretty easy place to defend from post plant, especially when you have that ultimate online. We'll see if he opts to use it here. We have Eugene making his way back to the A-bomb side, checking corners. And players will meet each other. Eugene! The 1v1 performance! He knows exactly where to look. Nice job from Eugene.
Big clutch from Huge over here.
You know that is going to be a big momentum swing. I'm sure that the members of NGU are happy to see it. Perhaps a few fist bumps.
Absolutely. That's the
pats
first
on the back.
That's the first dub.
You love to see it.
You never know. Everything can turn around here.
A lot of these rounds have been really close down to the wire. Despite the 4-1 score line, I think it's anybody's game here.
Yeah. Looking at the NGU side here, though, they do have a little bit of a rough buy, but they do have 5 ults here.
It's looking like Jet and Chamber are both going to opt to use their ult instead of a primary weapon here. And we're going to have the Chamber going down B long. Both of the ulted players actually playing from B here, and it's looking like they did indeed force it until it breaks. And now that it is broken, they are doing a B split going out through tunnel underneath, playing around the smoke there. So far, none of the players finding each other. EXO, quick frag into kitchen, slowly backing off, deciding to play the numbers game here.
Seems like they're slowly working mid, but it feels like it might be ending in A here.
Quick pick, cut sound.
Seems like AZN assumes that they're already hard rotating B because of that Viper ult in A right now. But
do they suspect it? I guess now they have visual on it. Will they still push into it, though? We have seen a lot of smoke pushes, I think, so far this event from Lean Fiend and EXO, and Sam Canada are going to meet each other in the tunnel. EXO picking up a quick little headshot into mid there as both teams gather on the A-bomb site for the site take here. Lean Fiend looking for some damage through the smoke here. None of his bullets will connect. And the Viper lies in wait. All 5 of players from AZN opting not to push into the scary green smoke. And I do not blame them.
I do not blame them either, but now it seems like it's a really fast B take.
20 seconds left on the clock. Let's see what they can do with it.
The
Viper wall going out. The util from the Chamber is going to notify them that they're going for the take here. No bomb yet. Nice usage of the Sova ult, really slowing down that plant there, but it's not going to be quite enough. The spike will get planted. LeBron James, you really want to hit those, but good effort getting the info. Knows one player is yellow. Let's see if he can suss out the fact that the Jet is lurking in that cubby there.
Put the Jet at danger right now. That is very difficult. Once that wall goes down,
power
I don't think they
spot
expect this.
here, pushing through the smoke. Oh my gosh, going through the wall. Lean Fiend, good for 3. A clean 3 headshots. Nobody suspected that play. Perfect timing. Knew exactly where the Viper was with that smoke coming through there. Lean Fiend coming up huge so far this game for AZN.
Yeah, that was definitely a huge pick on them. They suspected that Big Bad Tie had the arrow. They were getting ready for the retake. They didn't see the arrow yet. They wanted to hit it right before, knowing they're already getting ready for it.
Perfect timing, honestly. You see the util go out, you know that the enemies don't have their guns where they need to be, and just capitalizing on that.
Absolutely. And now Eco's definitely heavy on the AZN side, and they got 4 ults here.
2 rifles, 2 specters. Things are not looking super hot as we make our way into B. The Sova drone will clear everything. We know that there's nobody playing yellow. LeBlanc James kind of playing this off angle. Not quite getting the frag there. Doing a little bit of damage, though. Onto AZN. It will be quickly healed back on the Sage. It will slow down the plant. Eugene doing a good job on buying some time for his defending teammates as they rotate in. Lean Fiend picking up another clean headshot kill onto Church as they rotate in. Sam Canna meeting the Jet in top tube. Taking a little bit of damage to Jet smokes going down. But the spray will come out and dice fair. Picking up the last frag with Operator there. 1-6 half. Do you think this map is attack-sided, or do you think it's pretty even?
I think it's more dependent on your comp, but this is a mirror matchup, and to me personally, I think it's more of a CT-sided map.
Absolutely.
I personally find that. I find CT. I think a CT-sided map, if anything.
Defender. It's a defender-sided.
A defender-sided map here.
And we're going back B again here. It's looking like there will be a bunch of scans going out from the Sova. So far, this has been their bread and butter take, though. Take control of yellow, use the Viper wall to your advantage, get them out of those power spots, put up the Sage wall, and send somebody in to plant the bomb. I am quite happy that they moved that box. Sticking it out for the plant, though, even with the Viper spit down, but you will fall to the spray through the smoke. Hero trying to get some information for his teammates here. The tag going out onto LeBlanc James, and he sees Huge in the top of the box there. Huge goes for a hero wall, buying a ton of space for his teammates as Ty comes in, picking up a quick frag onto Lean Feed. Sam Canna picking up Despair. Hero going Huge, and Huge with the res. Will they be able to beat it? And going for the last frag here, Eugene carrying his momentum. Was that a 3K from Huge?
I think it was just a 2K, but that was a very important 2K there. And that wall, surprised they didn't break that wall.
Big impact round from Huge. That jump out of top tube, putting up the hero wall, rezzing his teammate. Seems like he does it all.
He's doing everything right now.
That was a very important round, I think, for NGU. It's looking like we are fighting our way to the 50-50 half. Hopefully, they can make it back, finish in a 6-6. That would be a pretty favorable position going into attacker side there.
Yeah, at this point, they're just trying to buy as many rounds as they can right now, just trying to stop AZN's momentum, but seems like they are running a default here, just trying to see how they're playing right now.
Feeling out the extremities. Viper wall going up. We won't see rotation. Church. Good for the mid pick there. Nice little headshot onto XO as two of the attackers are taking a little cheeky peek down B long with the operator there on Lean Fiend. So far, not too much of a rotation. Maybe the Viper wall bringing over one extra player, but we still have the anchor from the chamber over on B site there. And Lean Fiend slowly creeping their way in. Will LeBlanc James suspect that the operator is there? Not quite, Lean Fiend. Nice shot. Quick little flick onto the falling opponent. And it's looking like they will be full speed ahead, running over onto the B site here as they slowly rotate through mid, being quite cautious of that smoke, really slowing them down as they make their way under tube. Here comes Huge on the Sage into the back of site there, playing all three from long post plant. Has this Viper done their homework? Do they have lineups? One of the Viper's pits going onto the bomb here. Might be a little too early though.
And here's a push now, pushing yellow, trying to clear yellow.
Church with big frag, Sam Canna following it up, and they will pick up the third. Huge. Commanding performance so far on this Icebox game. Top of the scoreboard for his team.
Looking good. Seems like they're turning it around. That's 2 in a row now. Hopefully they can bring it to a third.
We do have
another game here.
The raid boss, Lean Fiend, on the other team, 15-6. That's tough.
That is definitely tough. Lean Fiend is definitely carrying his weight.
Do you think that the comms through NGU, they're thinking that perhaps the overall power level of AZN will be a little bit lower once they have to decide where they're putting that power player on defense?
It seems like it, but it also seems like when they do get the first pick, they're able to capitalize.
Sam Canna winning the op battle. Despair able to pick up Eugene before getting traded. And it's looking like we're not committing to a push here. We're seeing LeBong James with a very aggro take out of B Long. Will he meet Viper and Spawn? This could be a bomb down situation pretty early here, depending on how they try to play it. Pyra and LeBong James feeling each other out here. Nice little res onto top belt. Won't be traded out.
Yeah, Pyra knows the Chamber's here.
The hard reset.
Chamber can't leave.
Yeah, the pings are going out saying the teammate is right here.
And it seems like they're just going to collapse on him and maybe go for the B take if they get the pick.
Oh no, the dart comes out. LeBong James still able to pick up one frag. He did the best he could in the situation he was in. Pyra with the trade, and they're full speed ahead. Here comes the Sova drone. Not quite. Opting to try and get one of those refrags.
We got the Viper all going down here.
It's looking like an easy plant. Able to get just a little tiny slice of the bomb site to put the bomb in. Safe from the Viper's pit. The blind ult going out. Able to get quite a bit of damage out of it, actually. A full tag onto one of the defending players. Big Bad Ty fragging in the enemy Viper pit. That's a scary place to be.
And we got a double wrapping around yellow here.
Kuro picking up the jet. Big Bad
Ty
Ty getting it down to the
1v1
1v1
situation
situation. Fighting the Viper on their own grounds.
Time is ticking, though. He does have to push this bomb pretty soon here.
He's got to make something happen if he's going to. Spraying through the box, not quite connecting.
And Pyre with the clutch here.
Knew
securing
exactly
the round.
where he was coming from due to those bullets coming through the box. Good effort, I think, from Big Bad Ty. It's a really tough spot to be in, I think. What do you do in that situation, pushing into the Viper ult?
It's pretty tough. I would have wrapped around yellow first and come out the other side, but it's, like I said, it's pretty difficult given the time and everything and the whole situation, and it's just so much pressure going down there at one time. It's just hard to think.
Yeah, it's tough to make a decision, like especially when you're at such a disadvantage. And looking like an early B take here with NGU not having a single body on B site here. They're going to be able to run down. Do they get the info? It's looking like the Chamber's looking over there. They're hearing the footsteps, making the comms. A blind ult coming out, connecting on no one. Just barely short. And the bomb is going down. The Sage heal helping with them make it through the Viper's pit there. Good team play from AZN as they start to bring down that Sage wall that was allowing the bomb plant. Here comes LeBong James playing a little too close for comfort with that operator for my liking. Let's see if he can make something of it.
Another one down. Church going down. Huge going down too. Lean Fiend is going on a run here.
Lean Fiend picking up 2 headshots and being traded out. Big Bad Ty!
With a big 2, but Kiro takes the round.
Not quite there. These rounds have been extremely scrappy, especially over on B side. They're getting right down to the wire. And we're able to scrape together all the money we can. Get 4 rifles and a Marshal for the last round here. We have Church with the ultimate. Do you think they solo stack a site here, or what are they playing with the Viper ult here? What's the angle?
Well, I feel like they're having a hard time retaking B right now. And it seems like they're ending B. Seems like they know from the early game they were stacking A quite a bit. So the CT side obviously started stacking A, but
It looked like they were maybe having the same line of thought as you, but the Viper will go back to mid there. Sam Canna getting picked up from an early rush through tunnel. Lean Fiend.
Lean Fiend pushed mid immediately.
Unsuspected.
Kitchen now, but got
Church
picked up
picking
by
it up.
Church.
3v4 as the rotations come out, opting to play it a little bit slow here, knowing that that wall is going to be there. What kind of lineup was that? Where is that going to land? Spyra has clearly done homework that I have not. And Eugene with the self-heal, waiting for the wall to fall here. Never mind, moving up to play with his teammate. Quick little frag onto Kuro, but the lurk, good for 2. That Sage wall is giving them a lot of mileage on this B bomb site.
Yeah, that one definitely helped out. Eugene clear the corner.
Facilitating a lot of plants, actually.
That's for sure.
Going into defender side for NGU with AZN on the offense. Little early posturing on A bomb site. We have the solo Viper B setting up the one-way smoke. This looks like a pretty standard hold so far. The Sage playing from kitchen, maybe doing a little wall down the tube. And we have Jet doing the early peek onto Belt, it looks like. Let's see what the buy is. We've got Lean Fiend on the Hero Sheriff, and 4 classics from both sides. Sam Canna picking up a Ghost. Both of these players are going to be clashing on the A-bomb site pretty soon here. Here goes the Sova Dart. Picking up the scan on Lean Fiend.
Sam Canna with an early pick on Despair there.
Clean headshot. Not able to quite pick up the wall bang damage onto Lean Fiend, although they know exactly where he was playing. The smoke going out from Sam. And here they go, collapsing onto the bomb site. The Jet dashing away, clutching to their life with it looking like 10 HP. Kiro, quick little refrag, getting picked up by Sam into window. 4v2 situation for NGU, saying that they are mentally tough coming out of a 9-3 half there on the defense side.
One enemy remaining.
They are hunting for the frags, opting not to play it safe. Church going to find the last 2 opponents and feeding them bullets for supper. That was a very commanding round.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was definitely commanding. But they definitely needed that. Being down 9-3, they need to pick up as many rounds as possible here just to make this a game here.
I love to see the early aggression really setting the tempo there with the pistol round. That is a huge win. Hopefully they can convert it into another W here with the Sheriff for Spectre buy. What do you play here? It's looking like they are opting to 5-stack A with the classic. Let's see if they can figure it out fast enough to get the free plant down on B. Early info going out for both teams. AZN, 4-man pushing out of A main. The wall will go out onto B. It's looking like
a 4-man flank here, but I see
taking it out clean. Sam Canna getting into kitchen, taking as much ground as he can for his team. Here comes the 4-man flank.
Big Bad Tide does pick up all the flankers there. He sees all 4.
That is a huge scan for NGU, and they're not going to go back through tube. They're saying we don't have a lot of time. This is the play we need to make. Able to pick up a quick frag onto LeBron James.
It's actually a 4v3 situation for AZN right now.
Things are looking a little hairy.
They don't suspect the chamber coming down kitchen right now, but we'll see if Church is able to pick up on him. And there you go.
Good job, Church, holding the flank for his team. Yellow going the way of Huge so far. Pyra picking up the quick refrag, but only 12 HP to his name, and it is an easy cleanup job for Big Bad Tie.
Another one on the board, 9-5 for AZN.
Solid eco attempt, I might say. If they didn't get shut down so early by that arrow, might have been a completely different story. But good use of the util.
Definitely. But now we have a rifle round from AZN here, and we've seen Lean Fiend with a rifle in his hands, and it is definitely scary.
Definitely something to be afraid of. Do you like the light buy here after losing a couple bodies, like picking up a sheriff into the rifles there? Do you think you kind of scrape together what you can and then just buy the next round?
I definitely do, because I go in with the mindset that every round is winnable.
Absolutely.
Realistically, the amount of thrifties you can get in a game is
getting
insane.
some early damage onto the chamber, knowing that he is marked for death for the rest of the game. That easy 101, even onto an armored opponent, makes it quite difficult for them going forward. Not too much commitment here. Big Bad Tie. Where are you going alone with that bomb? Hopefully he does not fall. That is a tough situation to recover from. But they might be trying to draw some opponents over to A site.
Seems like Sam Cam is trying to go for the A fake here just to draw the rotate over, but...
The classic sneak here. As both teams are still feeling each other out.
Yeah, little do they know that Pyra is still holding that angle.
That big anchor. He must suspect it now with that Viper smoke going up.
Big Bad Tide does have the drone and the arrow here. He could definitely catch that Viper out if they do decide to commit to the site.
A lot of utility. Going to opt to clear yellow with it. Giving away his position. But immediately flooring it around the corner. Here they come. Big wall coming up from Eugene. Learned from AZN's attacking side using the same technology as we have a scrap in mid. Players falling on both sides. Going back all the way. Potentially playing lineups here on the Sova. Let's see if it pays off. Actually, we are dumping a couple shock darts here. Not going to connect. Hero picking up huge on yellow, and it's Big Bad Tie. 1 versus 4. That's a tough one to win when all you have is a Spectre and you're against 4 rifles.
Definitely at that point, you're just trying to get as many guns out of AZN's hands as possible. They got one.
Econ damage.
Definitely wish they could got more, but like I said, here we go, a rifle round.
It's a tough go of things. Rifles v. rifles. Perhaps not on XO. Didn't quite manage their finances effectively.
Seems like Lean Fiend is going for the light armor, maybe for the buy. Oh,
Never
we
mind.
got all the buys going.
One of your friends hooks it up. You love to see it.
Love to see it.
It's looking like classic bread and butter A take here from NGU. A little early on to Belt as the Viper wall goes out. And no rotation so far. We are playing a little bit more aggro underneath tube there. Starting to feel out where these attackers are coming from. Lean Fiend! Picking up
and
a
Despair
quick
down.
frag. But
And with that wall, that is a very aggressive wall.
absolutely.
They do have to push that, but
Quick.
quick res on
Reds?
LeBlanc James here.
Looking clean going into the bomb site here.
You got a
All
5v2
five
situation.
up. Hopefully they can play the anti-clutch smart here and not feed too many reckless kills to AZN on the retake. If you're AZN here, do you think you play for a save? Do you play for exits? What's the line, do you think?
It depends. Because right now, their money is okay. Kiro's only one that really lacking money, but Lean Fiend is one orb away from having his daggers, so that could be it. But it seems like it is going to be a save here.
Opting to save. Not a bad idea. Sam Canna looking like he's trying to get some of those guns out of the hands of AZN. They will pick up one. LeBlanc James picking up XO through mid. You're a little sad to see that, I think, if you're AZN.
Absolutely.
Tried so hard to hang on to that rifle, but it's not quite going to work out. Really good round. So far, on the attacker half, it seems like NGU has really come into their own. Attack-sided team. A bit of a default setup we've got going on so far. Playing against two rifles from AZN. We're going to have two Vandals, single Marshall, a couple of Classics. It's a tough round to win, especially if you are on defense, but they might be able to make something on those long sight lines with those two Marshalls. Little dart coming out, able to scan one opponent. And here come the rotations. Lean Fiend.
Yeah, definitely have the heavy
On the
A play
Vandal.
for NGU here. But let's see if AZN can get an early pick here. Just to
Sam Canna picking up an early headshot onto Kiro, jumping up onto that box. Perfect read, perfect timing, beautiful crosshair placement. Here we go. Is he good for two? Getting into a scrappy gunfight with Lean Fiend, who is fresh off of picking up Big Bad Tie, fragging into the bomb site, and it's a 1 versus 2 scenario. Church looking very healthy after picking up those frags. Does he suspect that? Not quite hitting the flick. Can get the spray. Taking a little bit of damage from the Viper's Pit, waiting for the vulnerable to wear off before he moves his way into the bomb site, pushing around the wall. These players are about to meet each other. Let's see if they can have a read. Oh my gosh,
and
Church!
Church with the clutch and the 3K there to secure the round.
Earlier before this game, I was watching one of NGU's earlier games, and it seems like Church has got those 1v1s on lock.
No, absolutely. He has the ice
In his veins.
in what they call in his veins. It seems.
Sheesh.
My goodness.
Showing us he's got the crosshair placement, he's got the nerves, he's got the game sense.
But now we have Despair opting for the op here. So let's see if he can get an early pick here.
Earlier on Haven, Despair was definitely putting in work with that operator. Scary person to see that on. Let's see if they can suspect it with the money. They're going to catch him early long with the jet dash. Seeing that the operator's there, calls will go out. Here goes the Sova drone. Let's see if we can catch him. They definitely know the op's up on yellow, throwing down those smokes. They know the TP is down, I think, as well. They might have shot it. Despair picking up the close range op shot. You hate to see it as they make their way onto the bomb site, pushing through the wall. Sam Canna, no fear. Headshot onto Lean Fiend. That's a big frag. Sam Canna good for 2. We're onto a 3v3 with the Viper ult down from Church. We're going to slow it down a little bit, play the numbers game. LeBlanc James picking up another huge frag for his team onto XO.
And we got a 3v2 here, but the Chamber's playing red at the edge of that ult. And I
Looking
don't
like
think
we
they-
might be backing off, leaving Big Bad Tie to hold the enemy team. He will sell it, though, as the other two teammates from NGU are going to be making their way over to A, playing the post plant with the Chamber ult here. I think this is going to be a pretty hard one for AZN to win here.
It could be. Silva should have his arrow by then, but the Viper ult goes down, and they should start to rotate here.
Good team play, running all the way into sight to help the Viper out before he goes back to play post plant. Maybe not opting to play post plant with that operator. And here come both teammates coming in through screens from AZN, playing together, hopefully to get that trade-off onto one of the enemy players here. Church sitting in his smoke. Do they suspect it? So far they're staying away. LeBron James. Easy operator frag, and Church cleaning up the last member, getting the frag onto Despair. 8-10.
8-10, and the momentum is definitely swinging here.
Very true. I think if you're AZN, you might want to be looking to call a timeout, perhaps reconcile the mental, maybe have a talk about what's going on. But so far, NGU.
That is definitely possible, but AZN does have 5 ults here. They can definitely do a lot.
This could
the
be a
moment
swing
that Viper
round.
ult goes down, Lean Fiend has those knives.
They've got all the ults, none of the guns. 2 Marshals, 1 Spectre. Things are looking a little weird here. Do you think they opt to use the ults here, or do they just save it all for next round and get a definite W? Despair opting to use the ult. Easy frag onto Belt there. Let's see if he is good for 2. They're probably not going to want to peek that again. Eugene.
EXO with a huge pick on Church.
Oh my god, Eugene.
the Marshal.
No fear. Getting a couple bullets worth of damage onto Despair. Was not expecting the re-peek onto Belt there. They're holding the push through mid. EXO getting the intel for his teammates, saying, hey, there's a couple of them rotating back. Send those bodies. And Church will be rotating through spawn, but still leaving a lot of them on A, making sure they have all of the options covered, trying to fully shut down this eco round on NGU. Sorry, I got our teams mixed up there, guys. LeBron James feeling out B long here, making sure to check everything, knowing he's playing against a couple of Marshals here, trying to have that crosshair placement crisp, making sure he doesn't catch a Marshal shot to the head.
Left.
And here they go, walking out onto bomb site. So far, both teammates. Oh my gosh, what a shot from EXO onto the head of Huge. That wall will go up, though, and I think it's going to be enough for NGU to get that bomb plant. Yep, the bomb will get slammed onto site. And we have Sam Canna using the knives here. Hopefully, 2v5 situation, though. This is kind of a tough one for NGU to win. We have NGU. 2 bodies up, post-plant situation, falling to Despair, losing the knives there. That's a big hit. Let's see what LeBron James can do with what he's left with.
Lean Fiend with the daggers, standing around, stopping that momentum there, but it seems like they're just trying to grab as many guns as possible, fix that eco up right now.
That was a huge round for AZN. All 5 up. We only used 2 ultimates. We've got all the rifles back. Do you think that's enough to halt the momentum of NGU here? Or do you think the boys still got it? The boys over at NGU, do you think the boys are keeping the mental? They're saying, hey, we've won 5 rounds so far. We're really bringing it back on this attacker side.
Possibly. They're going all in on this buy, but
Glass
taking
cannon.
with that eco round, or sorry, that thrifty round they just won, they still didn't use the Viper ult regarding AZN, so they could definitely drop that here and definitely limit NGU's options.
Early wall going out from NGU. Cheeky little defense-sided wall, shutting down that push through mid, perhaps, as they make their way down to both Jet and Sage. Feeling out the teammates. EXO picking up a quick frag. Lean Fiend right there with him. Both of those players making a beautiful team play down through mid, getting an early 2 frags onto NGU, really shutting down that offense. They're trying to look for the refrag, but they won't be re-peeking. The chamber opping down long, saying, hey guys, I've got this on lock. Send all the bodies we can over to A bomb site as NGU makes their way through maze.
Yeah, with that
Watching
chamber
the
holding B
flank.
main, they have a lot of info. They know they aren't slowly lurking at B.
Nobody mid, nobody B main. 2 players holding mid still. That power duo we saw earlier this round, Jet and Sage from AZN there. Lean Fiend and EXO, I believe it is. Yeah, EXO picking up another frag in that mid lane, really shutting it down. Mid is closed today, boys. I'm sorry. And Huge creeping his way, suspecting there might be a player in that backside there. Not quite sure where yet, though. And Lean Fiend is definitely holding them in. It's looking like this is probably going to have to be an A take here. Pretty tough round for NGU. Pretty hard spot to be in. Such an amount of map control to play against here. Huge with the read, getting the operator. 12 seconds left in the round. Is he able to save the op for next round? It's looking like maybe yes, unless AZN runs all the way to shut it down. Interesting round from NGU. Not a bad save, perhaps? How's their money doing?
Their eco is not looking good, but that op on their side, especially given it's 12-8,
Big op.
could definitely make a big difference here.
Sam, take the op. Let's see what they do with it. The counter op coming up from the spare, though. So far, that has been quite a thorn in the side of NGU so far here on Icebox. Really showing us why he's a chamber player. Hey, guys, I can click the sniper rifle very accurately. The wall going out. Counter ult from the AZN Viper as both teams are making their way over to the A site. We have that duo of Sage and Jet holding mid again since it was so successful last round. They said if it's so nice, we should do it twice. Shutting down all of the rotations out. They know all 5 players are going into A here. They have the line on B long. They have the line on mid as NGU slowly starts to make their way back against the wall kind of here. We have 3 guns watching behind them. We have a Viper wall or a Viper ult in front of them. This is a tough spot to be in, I think. 8-12, you're definitely feeling the pressure. Let's see if they can pull it off. Sam Canna really fishing for those shots through the smoke, not quite connecting. LeBlanc James picking up a quick frag. That Sage may be overextending through tube there. They're starting to rotate back. Maybe capitalizing on this pick, not quite wanting to peek B long. They know what's there. They know what's in store for them if they peek it. Nice little shot from LeBlanc James, perhaps trying to bait some more bodies over there. It's looking like AZN, though, is steadfast. Still kind of playing a 2-2. Both extremities are covered, and mid is covered as well. But the players are starting to make their way into the Viper ult. We have Big Bad Ty, and the wall goes out. Sam Canna falling. Last second plant. Oh my god. What a beautiful use of the ult from Kiro. Can they get the bomb down? Big Bad Ty, please save us. Hold the button. Oh my gosh, he doesn't have enough time.
AZN wins by time, and Kiro with the final pick, and that is game. AZN takes it.
That was a really nice round from AZN. They did what they had to do. They weren't falling for any of the fake there, and they slowed the plant down there. Beautiful. That was a perfect use of the Sova ult, I think. Exactly on target, allowing Pyra on the Viper to get in there and do some damage in the ult, make sure that the bomb didn't actually get planted, and shutting that round down there, not letting it draw out any longer. Pretty good performance from both of these teams, looking like a pretty tight spread from both of them.
Definitely great performance from everyone, but Lean Fiend was the obvious MVP here.
Absolutely.
Just shutting it down.
27 frags, almost a 30 bomb on Lean Fiend. So far this event, definitely been one of the players to watch here at the OverKlocked Gaming Valorant Open. Big shout out to our sponsors, OverKlocked Gaming.
So who's moving on to Sunday?
We've got AZN. You will be seeing them Sunday.
Sunday fun day.
Who are we seeing tomorrow? Could be you. Registration's still open for the OverKlocked Gaming Valorant Open. Scrape together you and 4 friends. Enter in. So far, not too many entrants tomorrow. You could get a bye to the finals. In the money, be an all-star, be on the stream, have us saying your name.